Hi everybody, this is Sarah from Serenity. We're going to look at our friend Sagittarius and their forecast for March 2020. This reading is intended for Sun, Moon, or Rising sign in Sagittarius. March is going to be a fun, action-packed month for you, and while this reading is intended for Sagittarius natives, there are thousands and thousands of people out there with this sign. So this may not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If it doesn't resonate with you, just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. On March the 19th, the sun slides into our friend Aries, and pretty much everything is going to change for you around that time. Keep that in mind as I do this reading. I know things have been rather tough lately for Sagittarius. It's like you can't seem to get your footing. One step forward, three steps back. Fall over, try and stand up. I mean, it's been like that. And it's not normal for Sagittarius to have this much trouble moving forward. But the other thing that's going on with Sagittarius astrologically is things are out of your control. And normally things flow, like I said, to you, but now the situation's out of your control, plus things aren't flowing. And part of that is our friend Mercury too, being in retrograde. But anyway, let's draw two cards from the Fairy Oracle deck to better understand your lessons during March. And maybe we'll get more information and get some clues on how to process this new energy. So let me shuffle really quickly. Oh, and while I'm shuffling, you may be feeling lonely during this period. Or maybe I should say you've been feeling lonely from about mid-February moving into March because you have a kind of self-imposed isolation going on because you're trying to figure out what the problem is and how to move forward. And that's okay. That's completely okay. But just remember that a lot of this sadness and loneliness is self-imposed. You can get back out there and everybody will welcome you and be happy to see you again. So don't think it's people abandoning you. It's not that. It's just the fact that they don't really know how to help and you've kind of stopped returning messages, phone calls, texts, those kind of things because you're trying to get it together. And honestly, you've been on overload. You're overwhelmed and overloaded by everything right now. So people don't really want to add to it. They do care about you. They just don't want to add to the distress and don't really know what to do. Okay, let me pull these two cards. And please pardon me, I do have a cold. I haven't had a voice the last 3 days because I've been overworking as well. So pardon me if I sound kind of weird. Oh, nice, nice. We've got detoxification and trust your intuition. The detox card came up in Aries, in the Aries reading. So if you have an Aries, rising, sun, or moon, and a Sagittarius, then definitely this is a message for you. It's time to detox. And I know Sagittarius goes through periods where they try and eat really good, they try and be healthy, and in general you are pretty healthy. But there are times when we all backslide too. And lately, since December, I think you've been trying to do better. You've been trying to eat better, trying to exercise, but things keep getting in the way. And no judgment, I think we all go through this. So this is your sign, though, to really kick that up. And the reason that it's time to detox, and not just food, alcohol, partying, but it's also people. It's also those negative people, those Debbie Downers that come along and shoot down your plans or just generally cause a bad vibe. But Sagittarius is not one to really overshare. So you're not telling people too much information, and especially not lately, like I say, because you're kind of in a self-imposed hermit stage where you're not really interacting with a lot of people. But because you're more sensitive right now, even family members or well-meaning friends who are having a hard time with Mercury retrograde right now and who may be anxious or angry or distraught, it's really bothering you. Everything seems to be really overloading you and bothering you right now. You feel hypersensitive. Most of the time Sagittarius is really easygoing, but like I say, things are kind of off right now. Part of this is ascension, which is a good thing, but of course going through it can really suck. Things will improve, but for now, definitely avoid those people that are spraying negative, lower, worried, anxious energy on you. Just if you can at all, avoid them because, like I said, you're hypersensitive, so it's just really making you cringe even thinking you have to spend time with them, much less have dinner with them or, go on a road trip with them or something like that. So if you can at all, avoid them and detox from situations too in March that are overwhelming or that are going to leave you feeling anxious or angry if you do participate in them. It's okay to say no. Really look at the areas in your life that need to detox. Is it your career? Is it your home life? Is it your diet? Is it your spending? What is it? And really work on it in March while juggling all these responsibilities and priorities. But Sagittarius loves a challenge. So, I mean, I know you can do it. It's just, I think the reason that you really need this time to detox is because March is going to be really fast. February was a slower month, even though it really sped by. March is going to be faster, and then we've got April, which will be a blink and it'll be over, and then basically it'll be July. It's going to go just like that, super, super fast for you, because you're going to have so many opportunities, so many good things happening, so many adventures, so many things you want to chase down. You're probably not going to get enough sleep. You're probably not going to take care of your diet because you're going to be super focused on these other things. So do the detox now and start a routine. Start a healthy healing routine where you do take better care of yourself, you do exercise, build in enough sleep too, because that's the thing. As we get busier, the first thing that seems to go on the schedule is self-care, right? So be sure and build that back in. So I think all in all, this is not a bad card for March. I mean, detox, nobody really gets excited. I know, but it could be a lot worse, okay? And the next card is Trust Your Intuition. Sagittarius is famous for their intuition. The problem is, though, when you're looking at your own personal situation, it's really hard to see and to understand whether you're feeling the right thing or whether you're kind of superimposing your will on the situation. That's why sometimes it's good to get a reading from someone else. And I often read for other psychics and teachers and mediums too, for that very reason, because they're great, they're very talented, I follow them, but it's really hard for them to read for themselves. So if you want a reading from me, I'm having a March special. I'll put it up here and in the description box. But yeah, your intuition is really strong. It may not be working with your personal private life because of those constrictions, but trust it when it comes to new opportunities and new people in your circle. And there will be both of those things happening in March, April, May, and June. You're going to have lots of opportunities presented to you. Don't think that you have to take them all, because it'll be impossible. The deadlines will be really tight on all of them. So if you overload yourself, there's no way you'll be able to give 100%. Sagittarius generally always gives 100%, and they're best under pressure. So you have the propensity to overload yourself and take on way too much. But you usually do a good job. This may not be the case though in the next couple of months, because it's going to be way too much. And then you've got this whole family drama thing building, and you've got, all these other things happening. Work is going to be amazing, but how do you balance that with your social life, your home life? How do you balance it all? By taking better care of yourself, by planning and preparing now. Pencil in one day a week, and I know you're going, no, that's too much, but one day a week for yourself, from now until, say, September. And if you can't manage one full day, at least do half a day. And I really encourage you not to cut it under half a day. One half a day a week, or one full day, just for yourself. And if that means soaking in a hot tub, or if that is horseback riding, or if that is spending the afternoon reading and researching things, spend it however you like, as long as it's not related to work or to satisfying someone else's needs, because you're going to need that time. You're going to need that break. Obviously, being out in nature would probably be really good for you, and spending time with people that you enjoy being around. Yeah, it's going to be an action-packed month. Detox so that you will feel healthier and more able to handle the stress, and trust your intuition on what projects you should pass on and the ones that you should jump on. And also, the new people in the circle. Use your intuition. If they feel off, just back away from them now. Don't second guess yourself when it comes to those two things. Your projects, opportunities that are going to be presented to you, and new people in your circle especially. It's going to be a good month for you. Business is going to pick up. You can expect to be working more because of that, but also you're going to be more optimistic because business is coming in. This is going to be a very good year overall for you, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, I think things are going to shift, like I say, about the time we move into Aries. So I hope you found this helpful. If you would like your own personal reading or more information, you can find me at Serenity, or I'll put my email address below too. Thank you for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate it. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.